Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. This is Wednesday, September 13th, and this is another follow on to the fiasco that the governor of New Mexico is doing with respect to the Second Amendment. This is a warning message. Uh, Her cheese is already slid off the cracker, and she's done a big job of pooping in her mess kit. When she gets bitch slapped like last night by CNN challenging her on the constitutionality of the uh, pause, as she says, in Second Amendment rights in Albuquerque and Bernalillo County, uh, she is now backed into a corner. And that's very dangerous, especially for a person with her personality. Um, Here's why. She does not have the support of the sheriff of Bernalillo County or the police chief of Albuquerque, which also means the mayor, the district attorney in Bernalillo County, and yesterday, a scathing letter from the New Mexico Attorney General, which is her lawyer for the state. So he would be responsible for defending that. Now it's not a law; it's an executive order, but he's still responsible as the attorney for the governor, right? Now he's elected, so he gets to do his thing. So what does she have left? Well, conspicuously missing was the state police. There were no state police on the dais with her when she made this announcement. Why? She had city police and sheriff, but no state police representation on that dais. There's been no communication from the state police except from a spokesperson for the state police who said the state police will vigorously enforce the public health order. Now, what does vigorously enforce mean? And this is my warning to all of you in New Mexico who want to stand, right? Good job the other day. You had a bunch of people down around Old Town. But let me explain the tactical part. There are 670 sworn state police officers in New Mexico. 670. There were 200 of y'all in Old Town the other day. You need to get that up to at least 500. Anytime y'all get together like that, you need to do 500. Why? Because one of the roles of the state police is to patrol the highways, and New Mexico is a big state. So she is not going to be able to suck that kind of resource on a one-to-one basis to deal with, 400 or 500 armed citizens who are peacefully exercising their First Amendment right while exercising their Second Amendment right. What would enforcement look like if the state police did show up at a rally? Well, probably walk up and try to talk to people to educate them that y'all not supposed to do this. This is the same thing that happened during COVID, where in some states, Maryland was one, uh, they started arresting people and giving tickets. Now this is a $5,000 up to $5,000 misdemeanor. So if the state police make contact with someone, what are they going to do? Well, if there's a very few number of armed citizens exercising their Second Amendment right and a lot of state police, they're going to swarm you, and then um, you'll catch charges like obstruction of justice, resisting arrest, that kind of thing. Even if you didn't, because they cannot let stand violations against the governor, because the governor, I mean, she's losing her mind. So instead of being charged with violating the public health order, you'll be charged with something else that the county sheriff and the police can enforce. So these would be stealth charges that would mysteriously appear. Another way, now don't forget, there are judges. No judges have come up and said, this is unconstitutional. Even the judge that has been receiving the lawsuits from various organizations against this, he has not said anything yet, and I don't believe he can. So what's going to happen? Which judge will receive some communication from the state police, who will then say, this person or these people, we need a bench warrant for these charges, a bench warrant. And since it's not directly against the health edict, it'll be against something else, then they can go after you. They can even come up with some silliness like conspiracy to commit, fill in the blanks. Right? Now they have a warrant, a bench warrant. So the officer or officers are given the warrant to go arrest you. Right? So they show up at your door at your house and they say, we have a warrant for your arrest. You say, what for? The officer says, I don't know, I don't care. Here's a warrant for your arrest. You are under arrest. That's all they have to say. They don't have to tell you the police don't have to tell you what it's for. The court has to tell you what it's for. You see how this could get real nasty real fast. And this woman is not above that kind of shenanigans. So she is backed into a corner now, which makes her very, very dangerous and makes her about to put some very serious pressure on the state police, who has yet to say, in their communication, what the state police spokesperson said is, we're going to vigorously enforce this, but we're not going to tell you how, because we're worried about officer safety. So they're trying to figure out another way to mess with you, which does not involve literally coming up against armed people. So keep your head on the swivel. Get the phone numbers of a couple of however many Second Amendment attorneys that are in New Mexico, and have them on speed dial, or even go try to get a free consultation about what the options might be should the state police get out there and try to do some stuff. Now, New Mexico, I'm in Idaho. New Mexico is the same size as Idaho, has the same number of people. It's very similar. I just think we're prettier. But my point is that when we have a Second Amendment rally here in the capital, which is Boise, we'll fill 2,000 people and their kids, all strapped, peacefully walking around the Capitol building, not singing songs, not even carrying signs. Maybe some people carrying the American flag. And then we'll have speeches. And then we'll go into the park across the street and have barbecue. And more speeches, and eat, drink soda pop and stuff. That's what we do here. And the state police are checking us out. They're nice folks. They come and hang out. We give them barbecue too. Right? The city, this was back in COVID, right, where there was masking and social. We didn't do any of that stuff. We had 3,000 people one march. We didn't care about that. Nobody's masked up. We didn't social distance. We ate barbecue and carried our guns. But the city's code enforcement people were across the street pissed off because they couldn't touch us. They couldn't touch us, one, because we were dangered up, but we were on state property. They were so mad. But that was part of the tactics, right? So there are other things to think about. Yes, you can be spontaneous, but you need to be aware to right now, you need to be aware that this woman is batshit crazy. I'm like I'm saying, when you get challenged on CNN, when you get challenged on CNN about whether or not your public health order is constitutional, and the governor says we'll see, that is very, very dangerous, very dangerous. I don't want to see a combination of Ruby Ridge, Waco, and Wounded Knee happen in New Mexico over this, because I think our indigenous brothers and sisters will lose their minds over that. If you understand what I'm saying. So pay attention. This could get dangerous from her. Talk to some attorneys, get some legal counsel in New Mexico, and stay frosty, if you know what I'm saying. As always, wherever you can, whenever you can, however you can, carry on.